Now let's start to apply the Bootstrap styles to our layout. Our intention is not to make this course HTML and CSS course. That's the reason why I'm just gonna copy and paste a bunch of HTML that will have this formatted properly, but I'm gonna start adding it slowly. So we have a div that will have the name SportsStore at the very top. It will work as the navigation of our layout. Then we're gonna have a new div that will encompasses the one that is already there with a few different tags, a few different classes, Bootstrap classes, and then we're gonna close this div here. So again, I just added a few additional divs with a bit of navigation at the top that goes back to the SportsStore, and then we still have our render body here. So I'm gonna save this and we're gonna run to have a look. Okay, so it's starting to look better. Now we have the title, we have this area here on the left hand side, and the products are here on the right hand side. But we need to format the products a little bit better in the navigation as well. So let's go through that. So we have to go to our product list view, and we have to improve the look and feel of our products. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move the description to its own div, and we're gonna remove it from here. So we're gonna just remove the name from here. We're gonna have an extended h4 tag that will show the name of the product, and it will also show a spam tag that will have the price, and we're gonna close the spam at the end. We're gonna wrap things up here with two divs. We're gonna close both divs here. So we're gonna add a bit more styling here to the pricing with a few different classes, and it will be aligned to the right. I think this should do it right now. Let's give it a try. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. So the products are pretty much okay. Now we just have to take care of the pagination. We have to make it look a little bit better. So to format the pagination, we have to go to our helper tag, our tag helper, and we have to go and add a few more properties to the tag helper. So the properties that we're gonna have to add, we're gonna have to add 4 of them, and they are all related to classes, because now we're gonna format the output of our page link tag helper. So the 4 ones that we're gonna be adding are these. We're gonna have a boolean, which by default will be false. This boolean will just indicate whether or not we should use classes, CSS classes, for this tag helper. If so, we're gonna have a page class, we're gonna have a page class for normal links, and we're gonna have a page class when a link is selected, when a page is selected. Let's say I have selected page 1 and I'm on page 1, so it has to be highlighted, the link for page 1. So we're going to be using 4 properties, and all one of those 4 properties, they need to be specified when we use the helper. So let's have a look there at our page list, product list actually. So we have to expand this. I'm just gonna break lines here and to specify each one of them. So the first one we're gonna have the, actually let's do this. Let's have the first one here, and then we're gonna I'm just gonna hit enter so it becomes easier to read. So the first one is page, we can lowercase everything, dash classes, dash enabled. This will be, let's set it to true because we're gonna be using classes for that. So that's the first one. Next one, you're gonna be using, what is the page class? Well, page class, again, this is a Bootstrap class. We're gonna be using page class called BTN. Now, next one, we have page class normal. Let's add that as well. Page dash class dash normal. And the normal one will be called, the class, the Bootstrap class is called BTN dash secondary. And we have our last one, which is when the page is selected, which will be page.class.selected. And this one will be BTN primary. And we should be okay now. Now there's one more thing that we have to do in our tag helper. In the process method, we have to test if the page classes enabled is true or not. So we have to say in the loop, during the loop for the pages, we have to say right here, if page class is enabled, if it's enabled, if we're gonna be using classes, then here's what we have to do. We have to say tag, which is the link tag, dot add class, CSS class. Which CSS class it's gonna add? Well, it will add always the page class. However, the other class, which is, I'm gonna call it tag dot add CSS class, it will depend whether or not we are in the current page of the loop here. So we're gonna say I, which is the loop, the page in the loop, if I equals to page model dot current page, what happens then? Well, let's use the question mark here. What will happen? We're gonna return page class selected. Else, if not, we're gonna return page class normal. And by doing so, we should be able to format the page links correctly. Let's run this. Awesome, now this is what I was expecting. So if you click there, you see that it's formatted properly, and you can see that the current page is highlighted. That's it. Now we have this looking good. The last step here on this part will be creating a partial view.